we're going to be checking out THPDom's The Hentai Redacted game that asks what it means to be human. It's about Black Souls. We saw the first part. It's crazy. I've been rewatching this first one, trying to figure out where the hell I last watched that, because I haven't seen a video about this in a month, and now I need to figure out what I'm missing. The part I'm missing is probably, oh God, why? Why I'm saying that, I don't know. But based on the comments all of you left in the last video, you probably know. I'm ignoring chat right now because they are giving ideas, and yeah.
Link to Alice. This was technically the final ending of the game added in DLC 1.
I think right when the door opened,
so you shall see it first
or the
as well.
bookshelf did.
And now,
I think this is
Alice
exactly where I
left
left off last time.
For when we finished the library.
Alice
You
01.
hearing this means that all books are back in the library.
Okay.
You have my sympathies.
Still don't
It'll
get
be
that.
very hard.
Also, is this game actually voiced? Because it kind of sounds like Shy Lily speaking.
Very painful, yet you and I cannot relieve your pain. And on the replica, I forced this. But
Replica?
this path leads to the truth. That for and
We need to steal ourselves. We are the
End
protagonists
this
of the
world?
story. No one else will be the only one who knows about the world ending. And of course, the replica adds her own final detail. It's surprisingly hard to put into words what kind of attachment this game manages to make you build with the characters. From meeting them, to their silly lines of dialogue when you put them against a boss, to their stories, their wishes for the future. Yes, they are quite ropey and bare bones, but in a good way, where the blanks don't leave you to hate them, rather wonder about their lives. As I said at the beginning, dark, disturbing, or even down bad themes need to have a purpose to exist in a piece of media, otherwise they're...
Yeah, I see about dark, disturbing, and then they go to SAO. I don't know this game.
Down bad themes
I don't know this game either.
need to have a purpose.
Even if its purpose is to be down bad. Oh, so it's one of those types of games. Okay, that makes sense.
To exist in a piece of media, otherwise...
Also, I'm being told there's no voice acting, so these are actually VAs hired for this video. Oh, wow.
They're genuinely off-putting. You don't need to know the torment a character who dies in the story goes through to appreciate and understand what the story is trying to tell.
What they're looking at is FGO, which now is over a decade old. Oh, God, that's a weird thing to say. And it's one of the early stories they told when you're in France and Mozart dies. He's the comedic relief for a good bit of it, and then you cry like a bitch, and it's the first time you're like, oh, shit, there's actual emotional impact to characters who you know are already dead dying. If this is a spoiler, dude, it's been literally over a decade at this point. I mean, I've been told I spoiled Terminator 2 to people, so why not?
Yet the line between edgy and dark, uncomfortable and cringe-inducing grim dark...
Really? I thought they're just badly animated by comparison to the manga, but I've never read the manga or watched the anime, so I have no idea.
And respectfully tackling these subjects, let's be real, isn't a...
Okay, to be fair, he said good most of the time with Mushoku Tensei. The dad's treatment is probably one of the better ones. Yeah, sort of. The dad gets off easy. But it's a perv world, and frankly, by comparison to his dad, him and Rudius are actually way less disturbing than the grandfather, who's worse. The more you see of that guy in the very few scenes he's in, the more you're like, okay, yeah, this family's fucked up.
Let's be real, isn't a slim one, but it's still a blunder a lot of games make. Even Black...
Wait, that was Limbus Company. I don't recognize it. I should... Oh, he's going to make reference to the thing that I don't know in Limbus Company. That I do care about spoiler-wise.
Souls has a handful of these meaninglessly
Is that a
uncomfortable moments.
Oh.
But outside of that, it presents disturbing aspects around its world in a genuinely creepy way. It is really conscious of the horrors and the things that happen on display here. It is very good at making you think about what is happening. The game outright knows how the player will look at things.
There are a couple of unavoidable scenes in most quest lines still. Hansel
Or
and Gretel.
want to look at things. And so, if you so desire, the game will twist its writing to turn a blind eye to your twisted actions. Even besides that, there is something more. Something that I consider greater than showing a character's journey in an understandable way. Greater than showing horrific actions in a way that is not fully off-putting. That is, pulling emotions out of the player.
What? Why are there Alices everywhere? Returning all the books.
It brings me back to my childhood, I mean, even teenage years. There's this game called This War of Mine, where it's like a little survival game based when a war is happening, and then you go
I think I've heard of this game. Was this a mobile one? Or like DS?
around and collect materials, bring them back to shelter, help, your family members or people you recruit, and then, you have to go out and you have to go to more places. And in the other places, there are refugees and everything. And there are always points where you have to, kind of make moral choices to survive. And I would always pick the options to help people. And if they saw me stealing, I would immediately leave the area when I was attempting to steal. And even for stealing, I had to brace myself. God, it's genuinely such a strange image to look at myself as a person at this point, because inevitably I am into all of these horrific things. And then
Oh, he was censoring himself. I thought my computer just broke for a second. That actually scared me now. I mean, told that was a PC game. Oh, damn. Oh, it was also on DS. Okay. That's not the usual crossover I expect, but okay.
There's the large part of me that just, hates doing this. And these aspects, have never in my life come together into something like this. God damn. I just gotta do what I gotta do.
What?
It's alright. It's fine.
Why did he have to kill her?
It's all of you, Master. I love you.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did... Kill, make love, leave. Okay, that literally escalated a lot more than I expected.
Love you, Master. I love you.
Fairy tale Alice in Wonderland. Alice knows that it's a wonderful world is fake. Alice a ribbon. Alice left behind by Alice. What? They need the book for the ending, and oh.
Now,
because they're all from their
there
books.
There are a total of 10 companions you can get in this game, and I have a whopping 4. So even if I wanted to get their fairy tales, sucks to suck, I need to find their corpses somewhere. Second issue, no kill button. If I hit the other button, I get snarky remarks back. Leaf says we outright can't. The fairy freezing liquid we got earlier won't work on her, cause she's God. So, how to kill them all is a problem for later, since we gotta fill out this roster first. From the top.
There's a new game
Let's
plus.
break down how this game functions. Every time you beat a fog wall boss, with a few exceptions, you gain progression. Progression is the main value that makes things happen. The second thing that makes things happen is NPC interactions and killing specific targets. All of these often mesh together into if X has not been talked to before progression Y, they will die. If you also didn't kill boss Z, then they will also die. Truly, the bane of my existence.
Oh, so it's one of those you actually need a flow chart to figure out at what point you need to do certain quests, but also not go so far that you trigger someone's death scene. Ugh. I despise mechanics like that, while also really appreciating them because it gives a lot more weight to your actions.
And the last item that impacts events is
Level
the
317?
counter. Useful on few occasions, detrimental on most. Some of your party members really don't like you collecting sins. And now, let us begin. Doctor, this camouflage motherfucker, go here, pick nothing up, you idiot! My ability to be stupid is incredible. If you don't pick up the breadcrumb trail, you don't fulfill Hansel and Gretel's fairy tale.
To be fair, there's a shiny object. It's more weird if you don't pick it up than if you do. I mean, maybe it's just me, but if I see shiny, I'm going to pick it up. I will stop what I'm doing and break suspension disbelief or any progression to get shiny thing. It is a problem. I think most people are more like that. It's the magpie syndrome, man.
Can find their way back home, therefore they're not demon beasts. Confirming that at least they were summoned in their original forms. Help them? Doesn't really matter. You need their book, and they're, not good people. Dorothy, Andetsburg, Dr. Little Match Girl, Lord...
Get what?
Confirming that at least they were summoned in their original forms. Help them? Doesn't really matter. You need their book, and they're, not...
Get black trialed?
Good people. Dorothy, Andetsburg, Dr. Little Match Girl, Lord of the Manor. Enter the obvious door that I missed here last time, and voila, new companion, Victoria the Maid. A support character who applies grease to your blade in more ways than one, more times than you ask. Clumsy, but basically the best physical build support in the entire
Oh.
game. In her ending, you come to learn that her hobby of ripping your souls from you is not just because she's like that. She is half succubus, and so she slowly goes insane, getting into gore and trying to kill you.
That escalated, man. That actually escalated. Now the cat's just staring at me. Apparently I made noises they don't like.
Since you're immortal, so you kill her back. And I liked her, man. Save the Knight Izu, we'll get back to him later. Save Elma, child item effectiveness up and support. Not as broken as other people, she...
What? What am I even looking at? There's just eyes on top of eyes on top of eyes inside a mouth with eyes on the eyes. Oh, God, yeah, they do the horror all right in this one.
people, she kidnaps people and makes produce out of them. Yikes.
What?
Free birth, give her 1,000 dilla. Green guy again, purple guy in jail, no behemoth just yet. The dragon refuses to die. Talk to Catherine. Turns out Izu is Cinderella's son. He has no clue what led her to her insane belief, but he will go fight his mom. Real. Go to the dead end in the skeleton cave that I never came back to in another run, and here's our new companion. On another support, she's a saint trying to investigate what's happening here. Her ending is joining the church with her. The love is forbidden, but you see each other in passing. Here come the Satanist. Oh no. Who could have seen a character ending being bad? They seemingly summoned the goat of 1,000 young there, who would canonically still be sitting in the black trial playing the leader role. She is quite confused at the fact that someone decided to pull her leg and
Also, the fact that we kill all the summoners.
teleport her into a random church for an ending. Purple Knight, if you kill both of them to solve their conflict, you don't actually commit a sin. Huh, give Elizabeth Bathory the ring she lost and voila, on another magic
Wait, Elizabeth? Oh, is it Bathroy? It's probably Bathroy.
user. She uses the fairy blood to bathe and stay young forever. Don't worry, she won't betray you. In her ending, she betrays you
My
and
God.
takes the throne from Cinderella, and we say, fuck it, we're her knight now. Possibly our guy hit every hero coming to kill Bathory with heavy soul discharge, making any dramatic or thematically appropriate ending impossible. So Mary Sue just kinda blows her up. Go to the bog after committing 5 sins. She is literally Goku, a human girl who joined the Black Trial to get stronger by fighting stronger and stronger opponents. Physical damage character, does multiple attacks on attack, cuddles after battle while bathed in blood. For her ending, you and her go seeking war over and over, living a life fighting side by side as mercenaries, while
How is it that this so far seems like the least fucked up ending?
you're immortal, she gets more and more hurt, trying to push beyond human limits, and she keeps pushing, telling you that she's fine, until she's not, leaving you all alone. Goose, the final ally, is a thief half-demon beast bird who is very sweet, and after we choose not to forgive her for stealing, she wants to actually spend her life with us. Her ending is you
Oh, wait, not forgiving her is the good outcome?
undead, and her a half-demon beast being hated upon for your race, as you live in a tree with your sociopath son, whose first laughter is seeing his mother's death at the hands of the people. With that, princess aside, and now we're back at Cinderella. To get a covenant with her, we need to talk to her son again, wear his armor, and pretend to be him. What the fuck? Having all 10, technically 9 companions and touching the fog barrier
So you don't need Red Hood. Okay. Okay. And yeah, so far, the lady just eventually dying of succumbing to age and being worn down is the nicest ending. This is kind of fucked up, man.
herself gives you a different ending than touching it alone, where everyone settles down to celebrate in the holy forest. It's almost
And?
like a prequel to all the character endings, some characters hoping you would join them, and as you sit down at the table, everyone disappears and the credits roll. All that remains now is the library. To kill our now companions, we need to visit Pinocchio's love hotel meets Saw. Ignore the dementia-ridden lion rider on the roof. Also, Pinocchio was
The what? Okay, that's that escalated.
already dead. I
No,
wonder
actually
why.
didn't, because
With
it's always
someone
been like
here, it's
this.
either bone or kill, and for my purposes, it is kill. I am trying to mask my sadness, please help. Of course, some don't go without resistance. Elizabeth doesn't give up on her life, questioning why we even betrayed her. Meanwhile, Dorothy was the strongest wizard, and she continued reincarnating over and over to achieve her goals. She thanks us for making her this strong and says that she truly wanted to rule the world together with us. Reincarnating into a woman was a mistake. If that didn't happen, if she didn't fall for us. Victoria shows her true succubi form. Wait, what fairy tale is Victoria from again?
Basically, we did not need to kill them all, we just needed to kill the ones that originate from fairy tales.
So, yeah.
Oh! So, only the fairy tale one was... I mean, killing Elizabeth Bathory is probably a good option regardless, but still!
Yeah, I may have killed a couple of innocent people, but no worries. It's just me and God now. It isn't that hard to figure out that Leaf is Mary Sue, even before Alice just tells us. It's
Honestly, I thought that was pretty obvious, and I don't even play this game.
quite obvious from all the exploding people, how she talks about both the bosses and the hints she gives at bonfires.
What?
Leaf is Mary Sue.
In a way, Mary Sue as the narrative trope, she's perfect. A foil that puts everything into motions to achieve your fantasies. An impartial partner perpetuating and allowing for your darkest desires, at least until the time for the world to outright ban and punish us comes. The fact that with each ending, no matter who you pick, you're treated differently. Loved as a hero with Jean, hated because of being undead with Goose, completely ignored by the world in other cases, as if to torment us no matter what choice we make. The ends are tragic, but thematically fitting in a sense. A lesson not to revive the dead, not to defy God. Classic old horrific plot twists of fairy tales of the...
It sounds like he's summing it up, which means we're near the end of the video. It's a good thing it didn't ever have an end, then it got worse moment, because that would be why is the watch time still not even close to the end? Yeah. The more we're at the oh god why phase, and then also realizing we're not even close to that, it's a little disturbing.
olden days used to scare kids. The only conclusion is that this world is not real. It's made by Mary Sue. Even the lore that most undead are killed is here to justify our existence in this world. The world is her plaything, a play of horrors that people or even eldritch gods can wander into and steal a role, or just be entertaining enough to where she just leaves them be, until their appropriate plot-pushing demise. It puts into question how characters like Victoria had a job being a maid to a master who later turns into this. Were the characters always in these circumstances, or have their histories been completely rewritten to fit what happens here? Maybe this isn't a made-up dream where book characters can become real. Maybe it's overlaying reality in a way. Maybe Mary Sue has fused people on the fairy tales, then left them in the fog to slowly lose themselves.
What would be the most fucked up... Switch?
A familiar seeming narrator tells us that the world is about to break. Before we see the Holy Forest
And all of the Alices just popped. Okay.
in its true state. A mess of strewn about discolored yellow and pink tinted assets. Prayer Master, the level up NPC, ponders the fact that we were all just controlled by Mary Sue and calls himself a traitor in regards to us. He did something to Alice, the original Alice, telling us he misses the time we would all sit around the table and drink tea. Mary Sue has the power to change reality to whatever she desires. Even if everything seemed natural, we have to doubt it, as he encourages us to fight her. We next find Leaf getting beaten by the now slug-like malformed fairies. She is trying to feign innocence as the world falls apart. Maybe she has something planned, and even
I mean, I'm assuming if she's God, there's definitely something going on, but, yeah. Wait, according to Shinior, Black Souls 2 has 10 times more content. Because this is only the first game. How many games are there in this thing?
as the world falls apart, we did kill our companions to get here. Wait, what's my sync counter at? Oh god fucking damn it.
Hello, sinner. It is I, the Doomslayer, here to punish you for introducing more people to this god-forsaken franchise.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Although, I'll be honest, I see less Doomslayer and more Golbaz, but maybe that's just me.
And so we reach the top where Leaf asks us to guess who Mary Sue we already know. You see, Mary Sue did all this in a time before she could pretend to be human and go down and get therapy. Humans are trite creatures, continuously killing each other, saying the same prayers over and over, and Mary got bored of that. She got enamored with fairy tales of Grimm and many other authors. Grimm is our true name.
Carol
At
Lewis?
least one Mary remembers. So one day Mary Sue had an idea to repaint this world with the fairy tales. How fun would that be, changing them to
So he actually did, or she overwrote reality to make the fairy tales real.
fit what she wanted. We resisted a bit too much, so we lost our body memories and were forced into the protagonist's role in this new land.
The prince slain the dragon, saved the princess, and everyone lived happily ever after. The end. We aren't going with something so trite. Kill, cheat, betray. A hopeless end fitting for this tale. I'm loving it. Everything you've built up till now, I'll destroy.
I mean, to be completely fair to her, he already destroyed everything he built at this point because he killed the innocent NPCs he didn't have to, so there's really not much left she has to do. Cool art, though. Oh, she transforms. Oh?
You just don't get it, do you? All you do is completely pointless. There is no
I'm assuming this is a joke about Mother Goose. Because it kind of looks like one.
next page waiting for you, even if you kill me. Only the back over. With the story over, the world goes still. Only you breathe. Everyone else repeats the same lines. And in that lonely world, once you get to know it, you too will soon fall into the eternal sleep.
Oh my god, she turns herself into a night court thumbnail. Yeah. Yeah, that is basically perfectly accurate. Oh, it's been so many years since I even thought of Nightcore. I didn't even realize what Nightcore was for a second. Then I just remembered as I said the word. There's a mouth with an eye in it.
After we beat her, she expects us to kill her, but Grimm goes in for a hug. She's confused, but Grimm affirms that he still loves her. In reality, yes, humanity is tried, ridden with warfare, horrific acts, meaningless deaths, and wishes. An actually interesting life, or events where everything lines up to be a worthwhile story, are rare, and sitting through that in loneliness over and over, all day, every day, seems horrific. Let's pause for a second and talk about our protagonist, Grimm, sometimes discomforted when a young girl approaches him, but who at the same time dives headfirst into nefarious deeds, killing and forcing himself onto others in horrific ways. An inconsistent enigma. In real life, Grimm is not the name of a singular author. It is the last name of two brothers who collected Germanic folklore tales.
So it's actually explicitly based on, or in this world, being the two brothers. Also, for anyone wondering, well, the tale, or the Brothers Grimm tales, or the tales of the Brother Grimm, are like Mother Goose, Cinderella, I think the Match Kid, or the Matchstick Kid, or whatever it's called, was Hans Christian Andersen instead. But these were not the first time these stories were told. They were for the time, sensitized versions. Sorry, the desensitized versions. They were the safe for work at the time. Because there were older ones, for a lot of them, that were even more fucked up. Yeah, I only learned about that recently, and it's kind of fucked up, man. That these guys basically gave the Disney treatment to some of these stories. And if you read their versions, they're fucked up.
Together, which, as some of you might know, weren't collected with family values in mind, like the kids playing slaughtering. Rapunzel in the first edition of Brother Grimm's tales had allusions to boning and pregnancy in it. Surprise, surprise, folklore tales hitting the shelves with people assuming that their cool stories for the kids did not go over well.
Again, the ones they were based on, because they were not the first person to write some of them, were worse and darker. Yeah. And also, I think more poetically written, but that's more style choice.
Others got their hands smacked quite a bit. In time, a lot of the tales that were brutal, the tales that didn't match middle-class Christian values, and the tales that were traced back to not be of Germanic origin got removed from the collection, or changed by the brothers themselves. Now, I say brutal, but they were still fairy tales, nowhere close to what Mary Sue cooked up. But at this moment, when I heard Mary Sue's reasoning, I empathized with her. After all, having the repetitivity of everyone's existence weighing on you every day, alone, must have been hard, as both Grimm and Mary fall to the floor in a loving embrace, staring down at each other. Grimm grabs her by the throat and wrings her. To me, at the moment, that felt like the final statement. The final pair. The fact that me and Grimm are different people. Brothers in a way, as my actions and what I believe in have no effect on him outside of where to go, what attack to do, and who to throw in a dungeon. Grimm strangling Mary Sue gave me the same feeling that having to kill every companion I had through the game did. It hurt. I'll pull back the veil a bit. Some of my interests align with the tags of this game, but all of these moments are still gut-wrenching. Most people probably felt a similar dread at some point of this game. Whatever one enjoys, whatever one creates, we're still human. At least, most of us are. In retrospect, Mary got what was coming to her. She is a psychopathic god who'd write horrific ending after horrific ending over.
Yeah, that seems pretty accurate. But at the same time, I'm assuming how he described it was, despite either choice you make, if there was a choice, not just a scripted you forgive her and then you snap her neck or choke her out, that would happen. Honestly, giving you a choice and then immediately making sure you realize it was an illusion as a plot point is in its own right interesting. I've been told that might be what Deltarune is doing, but I can never really get into the game enough to figure out if that's the case or not.
And over to torment Grimm. Whatever choice he made, he suffered. Mary Sue is someone who is impossible to trust. Even the current surprise and innocence could all be fake. But the pain of all the endings and the horrors we've endured is real. Funnily enough, selling off Leaf's ring makes it so the latter horrific parts of the character endings don't show up.
Oh.
Mary Sue is now dead, as all the companions appear behind us and we set off to possibly restore the world. As we're back at the Holy Forest, with our only alive companion Mary Sue as before. Her predictions of everyone repeating the lines ironically coming true in game form. Going to the fog one last time and picking Leaf's ending gives us this.
This is just the beginning. I'm the author, the character, the mastermind, or maybe the princess. Any role I'll perform perfectly, even the one where I die. Well, Grimm, this is my love letter. Sweet happy endings, gloomy bittersweet endings, hopeless bad endings. All I give you.
Oh, God, that's fucked up, man. Now, BS1 Epilogue. Next up, Black Souls 2. There's an epilogue on top of it? I feel like this is a transition from an old style TV show. I just don't know what it is.
My opinion of this game is quite good. The gameplay is just genuine, casual, addicting fun. The story is quite humble and small in scale. The mystery was quite obvious, but the lore details, characters, and fairy tale inspirations kept me going. My main complaint is that the game feels quite empty. I'm glad I played through the game blind for my first run through, but I expected a bit more than a handful of actions of choices to have impact. The amount of quest lines and details that...
So there's only a handful of things that actually mattered? Oh.
Change because of our actions felt small.
Also, I'm being reminded that because there's an ending at the end, the epic ending where you actually kill her was her giving you a fantasy, so she never actually died because she's still God. Yeah, that kind of a dick move, but also you kind of get it by the end.
Plus my inexperience with games led me to not revisit the stupid skeleton cave that ends after every boss. Playing with a guide tends to make this game feel a lot more full, since there's so much you can miss around every corner, and a lot of chances for big mistakes that with bad saving habits can be really annoying. But all in all, it's a nice and humble beginning.
Saving habits, never had that problem before.
I'll come to regret every one of my complaints for the coming 60 plus hours.
Oh, we're moving on. Oh. Wait, he beat the second game in only 60 hours? Honestly, for an RPG, that actually seems kind of low. I'm not sure how old this game is either.
Have you ever asked yourself, what makes you, you? You are a multitude, yet nothing to a god. The deterministic idea of fate. From an
To quote someone whose name I cannot remember then, and what is God to an atheist?
outsider's look,
Really wish I knew
your
the name of the
entire
person who said
life,
that.
like clockwork, your natural mechanisms, cogs, every second turning, twisting, moving along time.
Okay, I don't even have OCD, and I'm having an OCD moment here, just noticing like these cogs don't match up, and I'm just thinking, I know that's stupid. It's just for an illusion or just an illustration that he's doing to give it an idea of what he's trying to say. It doesn't actually have to match. But then there I'm going like, does not match, does not match, does not match, is not good. I don't like it. Stop, 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 stop. Yeah, I must be having way more caffeine than I realized.
You are the clock. They are the clockmakers. Changing a cog in nature to them is nothing. From exchanging limbs to changing wills. Madness. Can you ever bring yourself to believe the clockmakers, who continuously attempt to prove and elongate their existence to a fault? Or do you scream at the cosmos, at their zealousness, at the idea of them coming closer to becoming human? And this
Also, I'm being told right now that 60 hours for the game is an absolute minimum. Just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, this thing froze again. Yeah, 60 is an absolute minimum for multiple people, and it's overwhelmingly longer than the first game. And of course, Shinir just has only one ending after 30 hours. How many endings are? Oh, that's probably why it's overwhelmingly longer.
This time I didn't name myself Alice. We are about to wake up as a familiar voice calls out to us. It is, choose your favorite flavor of incest. Your boy has to go with the motto.
So we are shaping reality now, seemingly. Good morning, Oni-chan. I'm keeping this in the video. Fuck you.
We seemingly are at the garden where we find the skill unlock corpse in the first game, as little sister Alice feeds us until we doze off again. When we awake, we're all alone. Where is Alice? The ground gives way. I'm worried about Alice. The ground gives way.
Trapped.
I am going to. The ground gives way.
Was he about to say I'm going to Alice? Everyone back for round 2. What did that just say there? I did, you two at a fault, he's evil, and I too, they, what? Oh, it's the entire random thing of horrible thing. Cat girl? Of course there's a purple-haired cat girl. Bunny rabbit? Of course, the bunny girl gets a bunny girl outfit. That actually makes perfect sense. How much bigger is the second game? Anyways, like I heard no, okay, creepy face. Turtle soup. Dragon girl. I'm the only one looking at this right now and thinking, oh, it's Bloodborne. It's the cape. Or like the shoulder cape. It's the look, man. Jack the Ripper. I saw it for a second. A pawn? Oh, that's because you're probably playing as a pawn.
Welcome to the hole where we will spend the rest of our eternity, it seems. And there he goes. Get a load of this guy. For this game, we have hints. Fake Souls-like player messages that we can turn on and off. I'm starting my first run with them off. There's no longer a sin count.
What? Amazing chest to the left. Try two-handing. Of course, that's what someone would write. And if these are only simulated, then...
that we can turn on and off. I'm starting my first run with them off.
What did that say? I love foreshadowing my own stupidity. They were guides, weren't they?
there's no longer a sin counter. Unless the translator
Sen?
spelled sin wrong, corpse rating did raise the counter by 1. Now we have the key. I wonder what dualities await.
I hate
Find
this.
ourselves in the new hub area, the library dream.
Being hollow reduces your max HP. To cure it, you
They actually just went on the full-on hollowing? I mean, between the Souls messages and now calling hollowing it, someone really liked Dark Souls.
use girl's scent or defeat a boss.
I cannot make this shit up. Here we meet our salesman of the game, a teddy bear plushie. He tells us that we're not different, being used as toys for them. He says that our
I wonder
goal
who
is to
that's gonna
find
be.
Alice. He assures us that we'll be fine and that we will find her for sure.
Yeah, as long as you keep going.
Words, I know, but good luck.
And here, the goal of this game is
Oh.
established.
Ooh, cool map. Sorry, I like fantasy maps. It's an absolute, complete and utter guilty pleasure for me. It's basically also Vancouver if reversed.
Find Alice, blindly. Just like last time, the library has a door at the end we cannot grasp. One of the
But
differences,
everything's just
though, is that
stacked
this time
instead.
the shelves aren't empty. The library is overstocked, piles of books placed at every corner. And of course,
I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but my cat is right outside the door meowing, and it's like, oh my god, she's adorable, but I can't. In like another 2 hours, I might have to stop quickly just to feed her.
the dungeon. If you wish to protect from madness, try imprisonment. And with that... What? Welcome to, the land of the corpse-eating rabbits? You may be asking, I
Normal
wonder
rabbit?
who these rabbits are chewing on. Well, they're chewing on the first chivalric order of Windsor, House of Windsor being the current royal family of Britain. The knights have been sent on an expedition, but soon are left stranded with no information.
Wait, this is actually happening in fantasy Britain? But like actual Britain in the fantasy. My cat's found some bug. And now she's batting at it. You okay there, girl? Well, whatever it is, hope it's just a spider.
Information from the prince before waking up here. Unfortunately for them, these fictional lands seem more unstable than ever, and people can fall into wherever this is.
Bunny.
Oh,
Meowing.
Say hello to our new companion character who will accompany us to each of the bonfires.
It's the Cheshire Cat. Oh, it's actually explicitly the Cheshire Cat, too. Yeah.
Her honkers, massive. Her dialogue, incomprehensible.
Thin, vertically, narrow, horizontally, roundish wonderland with no up or down. And where are you in such a hurry to go?
I am going to Alice. Gameplay this time is a little different since we'll be raw dogging our enemies companionless. The mechanics I
What?
managed to ignore the last game actually come into play. You can now break your opponent's attacks if they're charging, chanting, or defending, stunning them for a couple of their turns and making them as fragile as a glass jar. Dodging gives you a 70% chance to take 0 damage from a hit, unless it's unavoidable. Block power depends on your equipment, and not interacting with these mechanics often punishes you substantially. Add to that spells now having a cooldown and actual equipment slots, and we have functional builds this time, baby. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. For now...
If you found me shrunk to the size of bugs, what would you do? Oh god, we're hitting this level already. Blood slides.
What a pleasant location we find ourselves at. You know,
man.
in Souls games, the game drops you against a hard boss, you lose, and that's the method the game uses to prep you for the fact you're going to suffer. Welcome to the Pond of Bloody Tears, an early mid-game area I got to by ignoring the first boss out of fear of progression. All I can say is, good luck.
Oh. So I've actually seen a few games do this, and the one that comes up the easiest is probably Elden Ring, where you could accidentally skip into something you think is, I don't want to progress the game too far, so let's go someplace easier. And then you wind up in Caelid. Yeah. If you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah.
From here we can go on a Shroom trip with Alice. We found her, game done, a couple of
Oh.
her even. With my trauma of fog walls, I took my time exploring every direction I could before daring to increase my progression. Oh, a new NPC has appeared in our hub. I wonder why is that? It's a pleasure to meet you, Lord Grimm.
White
I
rabbit
am
node?
I serve as the librarian here. She says that Wonderland is now tainted
Lord
by madness
Dom?
and violence. She considers us a treasured guest here, and she warns us to look out for the 4 nightmares that dwell in this country. The Fromiest bandersnatch, the mad bird Jub-Jub, the corpse dragon Jabberwock, and Fristle's tyrant, the Red Queen.
Really? Just put Lightning McQueen in there? Oh my god. Why does Miss Queen, but still, yeah. I've seen that joke so many times. I'm not even surprised. Amused, but not surprised.
If we meet any of them, we should be careful not to have
Also, there's just a random Jack-in-the-Box over there. Okay.
our soul taken. But now it's time for more wholesome meetings. Except I, as any sane person, am afraid of women, specifically speaking to and approaching them. The all-knowing bird Dodo knows everything, even where Alice is.
Oh, it's actually called the Dodo. The foolish bird Dodo. Huh.
So we ask, why do I bother? The next area we can find from here is the little cemetery. Here we can meet Knight Pumpkin, a man with a wife. He asks us if we're from this land, since there are a lot of strangers appearing from outside, getting lost in here. Many die or join the mad. He's been dozing off here, so he knows nothing of Alice, but hearing of our quest, he gives us a little gift. Past the cemetery lies a few areas. One is the Garden of Hearts, which we promptly get kicked out of. Next is the cathedral, where they worship the snake god.
Ass lizard.
Jesus Christ, Cheshire Cat, you cannot say that.
God damn. Did the door just hit him?
But I hate this place. And so, after our meandering, Dodo's race has finished. In this game, you'll be alone. Forever. For the most part. So you are able to form covenants with the various heroines in the game, adding to your build variety. I am here to announce, leveling up in this game no longer requires copulation. You can increase the level of the covenant to make the buff it gives stronger, and to gain various gifts like the ability to change your movement speed at will or buy special items. In general, this game's characters compared to the first one are a lot more wholesome, i.e. say, flirting with a bird in the middle of a lake of blood.
A little bit embarrassed.
I'm not sure what it says about me, but the idea of just flirting in a lake of blood doesn't feel like it's that weird of a thing. What it probably says is I've played Dark Souls before and have become inured to poison swamps. That's a lie, fucking Kayla. But I'm going to pretend it's the case.
What is sen? What is sen? Why does kissing women and raiding corpses give me sen? Of course, putting someone in the basement or them dying is going to break the covenant. So with zero thoughts, back to Shroomland to meet Pumpkin Knight again, as he's on his way to see his wife. Character questlines
Who's
is
definitely
one of the
alive.
ways you can get companions for boss fights. Another is regaining your humanity via girl scent and summoning a spirit. These spirits being the fairy tale bosses from the previous game. Winning the fight with them as your support will give you their book. Madness spirits are also located in various places across the world. Fairy tale characters warped by the madness of reality who have forgotten the little girl and started showing their fangs. And the worst part of becoming human again is the fact that you can be invaded by nightmare spirits. If dream spirits have been the fairy tales the girl liked twisted by an offer, nightmare spirits are the various murderers she heard about throughout her life. And if you thought any statement I said up to this point was absolutely psychotic, wait till you meet these.
It appears our time is running out. Monster Butler Archibald, thank you for your generous kindness up to now. As of today, I'm transferring from my position of your butler to that of your husband? I'm sorry, the fuck? Okay.
The bisexual dinosaur! I know your mother literally named you Agag and God turned you into a furry, but you can't be attacking people on a bridge, man. Welcome to the town, which is built as if made with building blocks. London. We even have the mental ward. Today, where?
Of course it's... Yeah, okay. In terms of mental, this is probably the right choice.
All in me will be made. Called the
Either
stupid
Hako's spells.
shithole by the sign, this city is not well liked by its citizens, with the whole prostitution and homelessness problem.
Well, look at that. What a
So when does it start looking like a not real city?
fine house to live in, don't you think? No, nobody thinks like this. They shake their heads and leave.
The citizens put the blame on someone named the Carpenter, who seemingly got paid by the Queen to build Castle Frittle, and just vanished, not helping anyone.
Grim Knight Griffey. Oh, it's a Griffin Knight. Ah,
anymore. A few people from the bar seem to have seen Alice. Just don't talk to the baby.
That's a baby.
We're
How is that a
back here?
baby?
Man, this wonderland is truly slim, big, and round. There's even the kidnapper. Right from the get-go, this game, writing-wise, compares to the previous one.
I'm sorry. Is that a... It's just a... Is it a Pomeranian person? Okay. Sure.
Unlike Night and Day, it's incredible how whimsical fairy tale allegories mix so well with Souls-esque small storytelling and item descriptions, as the story sends us on a journey of being lost via the many characters who might know Alice, each with their own quest lines, covenants, interactions, and most importantly, different information. From the weed-smoking caterpillar that can grow up pointing us to the Duchess, to the snake god Shrine Maiden Bill giving us a pass to see the Queen of Hearts.
Is it just me or do some of them kind of look like the previous companions? It might just be the art style overlapping, though.
A peek into the aforementioned areas, the people of our hub have a bit more dialogue now. The bear laments about having no memory and purely existing as a stuffed toy.
Don't treat me like a real stuffed toy. And besides, if anyone gets to pet me, it's gotta be a woman. That's how I am.
My, haven't you refused being pet by me?
No, it's just... Snow's eyes get rather scary. Me aside, you'd better be careful.
Node's eyes get rather scary. I'm assuming Node is basically the Alice, but hiding it better now.
Sharing souls with women. They don't discriminate. I haven't even known when one of them decides to gut you like a goose that lays golden eggs.
Mr. Polar Bear, I'd rather you didn't spread unfounded rumors.
See? Told you they're danger. Got long ears, that one.
Node has now heard that we've traveled quite far and has a warning for us. We shouldn't take what people of this country tell us at face value, knowing that all of them will breathe lies and babble thoughtless nonsense. She asks that we steal our soul as to not be deceived.
Wait. Does that imply that prior to this they didn't look like they were babbling nonsense? I only read a bit of what Dodo said, and it looked like kind of close to nonsense, but more for a humorous purpose.
Guys, I think the Red Queen might be a little bit insane.
Call her the freak of hearts.
That's one
Now,
way
you
to do
see,
it.
This path is all fine and good, but I'm stuck. I don't know where to go, and past me did the puzzle backwards like an idiot. The Duchess situation is similar, except I don't.
I just realized what that was showing. I mean, I have no idea what it is, YouTube. Nothing happened there that you need to be concerned about.
Have any meat. I am not going down there. Maybe the kidnapper has some meat. Yo, perfect. I died.
Again, pick me up again.
Fight a ship. Because he said it thrice, it must be true.
What
Scream, I am going to Alice, the scared woman. Wander around aimlessly. And so, my search was hopeless. Dead end
Is that a
after dead
butcher?
end because my ass could not play croquet. If only
What's croquet?
If only I had some antidepressants.
That's actually... Sanity is highly
San
overrated.
is actually sanity. It drops by killing people or consuming black souls. It is raised by raiding corpses and, just like in real life, interacting with women.
Guys, I am so sane.
From 100 to 0, sanity changes certain details about the game. From
Oh.
making the music disappear into silence, droning, or outright ambience, making you incapable of understanding what anyone is saying, summoning annoying enemies, making you perceive most of the heroines as monsters. But there's something strange about this. Hearing your footsteps as you walk, the wind against the leaves, the forest being on fire. It isn't scary per se outside of a few areas. It is ambience you'd hear in reality, listening to nothing outside. Just ignore the eyeballs. The only
The fuck? The mushrooms have eyes. Giant, wide open, bloodshot eyes. Yeah. That is, and according to Shinier, the lower your sanity is, the more sane you actually are. So it's literally the 1 is equal to sanity, and then it's how far away removed from sanity you are. Okay.
eyeballs. The only outlier is that certain locations, the silence is cut by the noise of babies crying. Too bad I figured out how to open the gate.
I have a cheat code for this.
What?
Listen,
Nope.
princess, I am going to Alice. God, she's really into beheadings, isn't she?
Have you heard this tactic, same strike? Have you heard this tactic, same skill? Have you heard of this tactic called same skill?
Guaranteed crit
the
skill
same
build.
skill.
She
Oh my
laments her knights
god.
being dead and the fact that no one is going to execute us. But this time, she actually listens to our words. Lorena speaks about how she ordered Alice to be executed, and that before long, Griffey, the Diamond Knight, will return, which, spoiler alert, won't happen. We won't see her for a while because of the
I have not met her this run. Oh, okay.
choices I made. Oh well, it seems this route is a dead end.
Fog wall. Bandersnatch. And dead.
Clearly, I am the superior being. Robin Hood doesn't like black bitch. You cannot make this shit up. Oh look, Bandersnatch has a snowman in her cave. It even has a message. How are you? I'm now alive. This is a very nice place. Bandersnatch seems to remember the previous game. She was tasked with protecting... Oh no.
Oh, that's probably not a good thing.
She does feel sorry about abruptly attacking an acquaintance of Alice. This surely will give me a new area to explore. God damn it, I'm back at the fish
that a
market
fish?
with the goddamn rapist monkey. Very...
What? No. I need a little context for that. The what with the what? Okay. No, I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to look it up. We're just leaving it there. Leaving it there. I don't want any answers. I do not want to know. I'm not going to find out. We're not finding out anything more. That's the end of that.
smart fish. Too bad his dumb bash just ate a macroplastic made by a child by accident in the Shine Factory.
It's like it's
Shame.
back to the same argument where in Souls games, you know, it's so subtle and shit's fucked up, but explaining Black Souls lore to my Dark Souls friends being like, okay, so there's this monkey who assaults a crab girl, and then the crab dad, and then there's a whole quest line where you chase him across the fish market when the people ate the polluted fish and turned into insane fish people.
Now, on to the butcher.
Yep.
He's a little insane, but past
Only a
him
little?
is Christmas Land, Carol River. Listen
What?
to the sound of the bells. We even have snowmen and Santa Claus. There's even Humpty Dumpty being an allegory for pregnancy. I don't care who you
Huh?
send, I am not paying alimony. And with that, once again, faster than one can realize, barely scratching the surface of the game, I'm beyond the point of saving most of everyone.
Why was there just a random demon over there? What is going on? And according to Shinier, the sentence this game makes you say are all insane? Yeah, that sounds
The
about right.
door is now tangible. Noda informs us that not long ago, a cat carrying a blonde girl went through the door. The blonde girl must be Alice. Even the bear congratulates us. Past the door, a long staircase, a space, and then
What?
finally, a room adorned with plushies.
That
a closed
doesn't
off
look like
doll
Alice.
on a bed, a painting of a family, and the Cheshire Cat. She talks about how she died not long after giving birth, so she only knew Alice as a little girl.
You aren't the only one eager to meet Alice. It's a shame. I really am sorry. Dreams and lies are no different to me. I'll be waiting for you past the door.
Awaiting
Fog
us
wall.
past the door is Alice, and after blocking our path to her, Beast Dina appears. And
That kind of looks like a cat, a Cheshire one, maybe.
so she tears Alice to bits as her soul is broken.
Oh! Well, that did not go like I thought.
Cool fact number 1. Basically, all of my covenants are dead. From Ethan to Overdose to Ethan.
I'm running on a vengeance now. I'm actually
How did they die?
pissed.
Fun fact 2. Getting an ending means you cannot retry the boss, so reload to a save before then. Throwing my sanity back in
Oh,
the
that's
dumps on the local
horrible.
alcoholic in Billingsgate Fish Market, I have an
Which means you actually have to create multiple saves at multiple levels because you're not entirely sure when you're going to fuck yourself over. Oh, that would drive me nuts. Well, more nuts. I'm already insane, so who cares?
incredible revelation. I can walk into the mental ward, the least Euclidean area in this game. Uh-oh, we got patients that give you madness. We've got women that give you madness, just like in real life. We got the lion guy from FGO doing brain surgery. We got
And still probably less morally disturbing than the actual guy he's based on.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
That's what
Why
those
did
are?
I lose sanity? I feel like that's a New Game Plus issue. Seemingly, this place functioned as a somewhat normal institution before people claiming to be fairy tale characters came along. Combine it with the fact that the names of in-game locations correspond to real life, and an image starts to paint itself.
Oh, so where the previous one was like a fantasy world and it's like, oh, but also in the background, it's painted over reality. Now you're seeing actual reality where the paint is wearing a little thinner.
We're in Britain.
Oh, that's horrible then.
All in all, what Cheshire Cat says is often a hint. For example, at the Academy gates, the line between sanity and insanity is slim is a hint, since beating Edith in the insane asylum allows us to enter Oxford Academy. Okay, but what the fuck is this a hint for? The hollowing mechanic and sanity makes exploring this game insanely fun. It gives every area a multitude of layers. Since at 0 sanity, you cannot see or raid corpses, which often have the best items, but you can see a bunch of wacky shit and changes, including the snowman being really fucked up. Girl, daughter, sister, mother. Is that right? Listen carefully. Do not pick a choice enemy. How is this more disturbing than everything every other game does? I was like, oh, it's gonna be the cast of characters of the previous game, and
It's kind of probably along the same lines of why mannequins are creepy. Holding still, not moving, and having creepy things with them is just making it so much worse.
you see only 4 cages. And
Also, people are saying this is a more scuffed Fear and Hunger. I get the distinct impression this is more fucked up than Fear and Hunger, but in a very specific way where it makes you think it's not going to be fucked up and that it makes sure to remind you that it's fucked up. Where Fear and Hunger, you never doubt that from the beginning.
the last one is the snowman of you.
light is in the way. Only you are eagerly awaited. It won't go as thought. Why? My head was made a mess by the mass of the stars. I'm in a dream, forever and ever and ever.
Okay, and there's
Don't
just
be
bloody mouth
deceived
Santa
by
Claus.
superficial love. Believe only in true love. Plus, the ability to collect memories.
Oh no.
He will find her. He has carefully nurtured the true love for the sole reason. Human emotions are difficult. Without an intervention, they wouldn't develop to one's satisfaction. How many years had passed since then? Still a friendless bachelor, still spending all my time on math, photography, and writing in a gloomy attic.
That seems a lot less
single night,
fantastical
the
than I
dazzling
expected.
smile of that little girl came to my mind. I'd already grown old. I only wanted to see Alice one last time before I died. I hoped, and right away my hope was answered. A letter arrived for me, an invitation to a Christmas party.
Ah. Is this the entire world where we're basically playing Mary Sue now?
The sender, Alice Little. I trembled with joy. How many years has it been? I wonder how Alice is doing. Will she let me take a picture of her again? I headed to the venue looking just as I had been on the day we parted, ignoring all the others. I was only looking for Alice, and yet I couldn't see the little girl anywhere. Mr. Carroll, teacher, is that you?
Oh, you're playing
The
as Lewis
hoarse
Carroll
voice
in this
of an
memory.
old woman called my name. In the end, I turned to face her. Wrinkly skin, colored by protruding blood vessels, bony arms, discolored hair. Ah, I get it. I'm such a fool. Deep in my heart, I already knew it, didn't I? The little girl wouldn't remain so forever. Unable to think straight, I rushed out of the party. The whole ring of a downpour ridiculed me as I ran. She had married, she had lived a rich life. My dreams strained, broke and vanished, and my heart, there was nothing left of it. A pile of old photographs and a single copy of a fairy tale greeted my dripping form back home.
You know, I'm going to say something that might be a little insensitive to the dead. Lewis Carroll was really fucked up. Like, really fucked up. If you told me this is something he did in real life, I would believe it. Yeah, the guy had issues.
In them, even
And I mean that in the way that he's probably not allowed in your schools if he was born today.
now, Alice was still a little girl, pestering me for stories. Time is a cruel mistress. I want to go back to these days. If there is a God, please hear my wish.
You seem like you'll make a fine material. Allow me to use you, okay?
The grief of a life lost, not to the concept of death, but to doing nothing. All in the golden afternoon, full leisurely we glide. For both our oars with little skill, by little arms are plied, by little hands make vain pretense our wanderings to guide. Ah, cruel, free in such an hour, beneath such dreamy weather, to beg a tale of breath too weak to stir the tiniest feather. Yet what can one poor voice avail against free tongues together? Imperious Prima flashes forth, her edict to begin it, in
I know this is a quote, and I cannot place it to save my life. I've heard parts of this somewhere, but I do not know where, and it's actually bugging me.
gentler tone Secunda hopes there will be nonsense in it, while Tertia interrupts the tale not more than once a minute. Anon to sudden silence one in fancy they pursue, the dream child moving through a land of wonders wild and new, in friendly chat with bird or beast and half believe it true. And ever as the story drained the wells of fancy dry, and faintly strove the very one to put the subject by, the rest next time, it is next time, the happy voices cry. Thus grew the tale of Wonderland, thus slowly one by one, its quaint event.
And they mention it's the start of Wonderland right as I read this part on the screen. Yeah, it's the beginning of Wonderland. I'll be honest, I never got into the books. Wasn't my thing. I appreciated what they did, I just never got into it.
Were hammered out and now the tale is done, and home we steer a merry crew beneath the setting sun. Alice, a childish story take, and with a gentle hand lay it where little girls' dreams are twined. In memory's mystic band, like pilgrims withered wreath of flowers, plucked in a far-off land. Seemingly a tale of the creation of Wonderland, we best keep these in mind for later.
Why is there a hand in the water? Were there hands before and I missed them? Oh, it's probably going more sanity.
After beating up Elizabeth for the third time, we enter what is downright the worst area in the game.
Oh.
These woods are full of trees that stop you from sprinting, chimneys, and most of all, spiders you can't walk around. But the reward for starting the trek to the looking glass is on another familiar face, Victoria.
Oh.
I'm gonna go spend my souls.
Yeah.
I'm sad. I don't want to beat her up again. It's surprising that this kinda... Because this is a fairy tale and all the stories, you know, preset and have certain endings that are made for them by God, the writer. It kind of has a gimmick of fate to it, but it's not really, you know, breaking fate. Desperation against fate isn't the right word. It's kind of a look into the past in a way. Except, you know, actually, you know, kind of melancholic, like, I made mistakes in my life and I kind of regret how I spent my time here. At least the tale of Alice from the Flames. I had this stupid ass fucking...
How bad do they have to be for... Oh, yeah, considering what she is. Love talk, joining a kiss, relax, undress, and then everything that's not allowed to be shown on YouTube. Yeah.
Monologue. For a boning minigame. For a goddamn boning minigame. Oh.
I won the boning minigame, but being the man of culture I am, press continue, only to immediately lose.
The pride of man is his own downfall.
Yep. Also, ooh, Tabana. Thank you very much, man.
And with that, rejoice! The prophets have heard our cries for salvation and have mercifully delivered us a fucking roller coaster.
This is way too happy for anything I've ever seen in this franchise. Candy, a delicious candy that even the girl goes crazy for. I'm sure that this is not going to become creepy at all.
Too bad I'm insane. I get to fight chess.
This land originally belonged to the Lake Queen. It was a vast ocean from horizon to horizon, but it was so terribly boring. The Red Queen drove everyone out, filled up the ocean, and built this magnificent amusement park.
There's even the hallway of women, which, just like in real life, regenerates your sanity. Rawr. Sorry for making you wait, everyone. Thanks for gathering here today.
The Red Queen is an Idol fan. Truly, the world is unredeemable. There's no actual way to get around it.
For Prickett.
Not what I was expecting.
I love her. Where? I must locate wife. Get out of the way. I must locate wife.
To be honest,
just randomly kill people.
I love destiny connecting me with you. Maybe you're my Prince Charming here for Prickett. Kia.
Ah, you know, with everything like
Oh gosh, she's even saying, why? Maybe it's just an absolute Pavlovian reaction on my part to hear anyone going, Kia, as the most cringe thing ever. But it's there. That feeling is there, man.
her being absolutely rough and horrible, I would have tolerated more than this.
Brickett states that she is a second-generation Red Queen. To put it into context, her scenes are, most covenants teach you skills or unlock unique stores, but with Brickett you can go on a date around the amusement park instead.
Oh.
There are various things to interact with. The first one is...
Did I say Lovecraft's Castle? That said Lovecraft Cinema, Queen's Castle Mystery Maze, Punch and Judy. Oh yeah, Punch and Judy was a type of show, wasn't it? The puppet show.
The first one is the cinema tent with a choice of 3 whole movies.
What?
The first depicts 2 people in a mental ward from the perspective of a man who believes himself to be sane, but is extremely violent. As the man lashes out in rage, a neighboring patient's calming voice comes through. The neighbor is Edith Liddell, white. Liddell, she was a cowardly girl who barely spoke, with her having no memories outside of the mental ward. A feeling started to well in the movie's protagonist: sympathy, pity. Her mind is delicate, therefore the protagonist apologizes, calming down. They act.
This is Little Red, isn't it? And she probably becomes red when this guy gets blood on her. When Croc, you mentioned random fun fact. Only reason warfare in 1500s didn't look like in the early XXs was lack of standardization of parts. Calthoff Rapier could fire up to 60 rounds per minute. Really? Huh, I guess the industrialization did help with that one, just for making more parts you can replace things with. Because, I mean, that fireworks really early on.
Like each other's anchors in a way, calming each other as they sit in their white rooms. They chat about her family.
You know, I already talked about Elden Ring, and now I'm just thinking, oh, that guy looks like a certain fox, dog, wolf person you definitely don't do anything bad to.
The outside world. The protagonist doesn't hate all women, but the whores around Ludwig Town, according to him, deserve his hatred, deserve to be slaughtered. He will not let Edith see a world when it is in such a state, as they make a promise. Edith is the boss we fight in the mental ward. Meanwhile, the Wolfman protagonist is Jack the Ripper, a boss in the upper part of Ludwig Town. His design is that of a wolf because in his own questline he is in a way a wolf in sheep's clothing. He pretends to be Sherlock Holmes, saving you on occasion, possibly getting this idea from...
It even says Detective Holmes. Oh, yeah, and they even gave him a full-on anime picture rather than just the more hand-drawn style.
The other mental ward patients who believe themselves to be fairy tale characters.
Except they probably are.
The second movie follows on another familiar face, Victoria, as she tries to return to her succubi sisters after killing her master. As one of the eldest ones inquires question by question about what she's done, before asking why she wet with blood, Victoria admits that even if she understands that it's bad, she cannot suppress her thirst for violence. She just cannot understand what's the difference between bringing men to death and just killing them, the latter coming with more passion from her. Whether it's tradition or just what needs to be done, the sister denounces Victoria, telling her that she's taking path of a simple demon. But to Victoria, that doesn't matter. She has liked the sister for quite some time. And the final one?
Ah. And of course the succubus who got off on just being violent is violent. Who would have thought? Also, I'm being told the Littles have 3 daughters. I feel like I'm missing something there. Tea party
The
for
ruined
3?
reality was like a feverish nightmare.
Oh.
In the tranquility of Wonderland, he spent every day in peace. It was nice to enjoy fancy teas, and it was fun to think up elaborate poems and jokes.
Mad Hatter?
But more than anything, he delighted in reading never-ending fairy tales.
Or we get back
passed
to Carol.
unnoticed, and with the noon, their tea party for free began just like always. Not a day had passed without a tea party. Always.
Alice, the rabbit, And the Mad Hatter.
Is the same. Ever so curious little Alice, sharp-tongued black rabbit, and newcomer. He never could agree on anything, and the arguments often turned to quarrels with them. But as time went on, their quarrels bloomed into a deep understanding and friendship. Wonderland was not without those who would come to threaten it, like wicked Jabberwock and the tyrannical Red Queen. But together, the three weathered every storm. It was to be a wondrous dream, one to continue forevermore. But then, he and she fell in love and embraced each other. Even if I disappear somewhere far, far away, would you come to find me? The little girl timidly asked. Of course. It's
Also, I'm being told the rabbit is the prayer master from the first game. Supernova, that makes a lot more sense than it should. Oh, jeez.
In the moonlit library.
Okay, I'm going to ask a weird question. Is this a prequel? Maybe I'm just missing something.
The two of us exchanged the kisses of promise. And unbeknown to us, Black Rabbit saw it all from behind the shelf. This man chose to keep our Alice all to himself. Oh God, I have but one wish. He prayed, and by the time he realized that the tea party would never happen again, it was already too late. I'm crying? How strange. Why? The movie, maybe it was that sad. Welp, there's many good ways to share a lady a boba tea. It's as if watching the movie reminded us about our promise.
Sure, why not? Sure, okay.
To Alice, or the fact that we've been looking for her all this time. Our character thinks, I already have my dear Alice. Should I be doing this? You and I are quite similar, right? Souls existing in abundance, scrambling for any sort of control, and trying to satisfy uncontainable desires. Hey, doesn't it feel constraining? Why not sneak away, just like Prickett? To which I chose to reply that, one day, time to separate will come. After all, I'm not too keen on the image the memories are building of a teacher falling in love with a student and neglecting life. Affection at times is an unavoidable thing, but when it comes to cases like this, it's best to take it as a lesson and move on. While playing, I assumed that the memories work as a thematic parallel to what's happening in the story. This infinite chase of Alice, of something, of first love.
You know, the fact that he said assume makes me think he was wrong. And I'm only bringing that up because, honestly, I thought it was actually something that happened because of their memories. So what'd be worse? A parallel or this actually happened and you're getting backstory without realizing it? Probably everything, actually.
While we neglect every other advance.
Such a kind voice. You feel strangely captivated by how understanding she is of your struggle. Even though you have Alice, it feels as if you forget all about her while you're with Node. Really? Node? Honestly, I was even thinking Prickett would be easier, but okay.
That includes any steamy scenes with the heroines. Our character continuously ruminates about Alice. That isn't a factor you can escape. Even in guilty indulgence, throwing yourself on a reanimated corpse enemy reminds you of Alice. Everywhere I go, I am going to Alice. I turn to my friends and I say, Alice, and then I go, din din, din din, din din.
Oh, he's literally humming out the lines. And this is why everyone said going to Alice. Oh my God.
Din din din, din 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 din. Lorena's card game minigame, Strib High-Low, leads us to a scene where Lorena forces us to mutter the words that we love her more than Alice. The screen even glitches when we do. There must be a way to give up on the search.
Has the Mary Sue taken over a different form then?
Some way. Since I don't like any other thematic parallels this creates. Welcome to Oxford Legally Distinct University. Here, there is a copy of the library.
Yep.
Why are there so many Alices? God damn it. With Hakuna Matata over here dead, a doll appears in the room. Another familiar location greets us past the university, with more people to meet later. And one of my favorite areas, in the game. And here...
The music, wait, what does it say? The music what? The music actually stops in-game. Oh, that wasn't just an audio glitch.
And here we are at another dead end of a route.
Wait, isn't this kind of where the game started?
One of the terrors terrorizing Wonderland. Jub is here.
Just how many souls are you keeping in this body of yours? I'm so looking forward to gutting you.
Very interesting art style. Yeah, it's very interesting. Kill or I'm going to Alice.
Oh no, the bear was right. We can't trust women. Like, love. I love you.
Who is that guy?
Oh, finally, I'm on my Covenant recovery arc. Jeb speaks about the madness saturating the country. She is happy about that, saying that everyone now must have gone crazy and died, and I quote, Kahoo! You see, she likes destroying the minds of the inferior, and singing, saying it's not like it will drive you mad. She taunts us for the fact that we think about Alice so much, outright insulting us by saying that she might be our masturbation fantasy. She backtracks on the words and tells us that it might be better to forget our past and focus on the women in the present. Yes, please. Oh look, the better crazy woman is back. She is surprised to see us alive and now we can form a covenant with her.
Seriously? Oh, I'm kind of surprised she didn't either game over you or die. That's surprising, actually.
However, does not remember us like we do. The second familiar face here was actually Hein, one of the Black Trial members who you could have bought Black Souls from. He still sells souls, albeit it's a side hustle, because he's a conductor now. He turns around when you have fun with Victoria, but inevitably, even Victoria doesn't stop her mind from wandering back to Alice. And back to being insane. In the Academy's library, the doll now says, Little's doll, as in Alice's doll, from our memories. Ah, how wonderful it would have been if the two in love could remain together for a lifetime. Our story is complex, intertwined. It's difficult to describe, like the madness of stars. Be that as it may, there's no escape from change. The bells of the end echo throughout the world, accompanied by the rumbling of the earth. A man awakened under collapsed rubble. Outside, he saw blood rain from the sky and grotesque malformations fill the streets. Ah, of course, he must be seeing some sort of dreadful nightmare. This couldn't possibly be reality, but
I'm actually wondering if these are more real things or if it's just part of delusion. I don't know, because this game is weird. I'm honestly fascinated by it, and I have no idea what's about to happen.
the man couldn't remember a thing. Not only about the scene before him,
but it feels like it's almost giving you a backstory.
Or what he was. It's dangerous here. Please, follow me. A young
Who
girl
are they following,
on his arm, her hair golden, her eyes blue. In a blue and white apron dress, not even understanding why, the man followed her trace.
It almost feels like you're being led to believe that you are the same character from the first game, which is what I thought and still believe, but would that be a bigger change if that's the rug pull, that you're not the same person from the first game?
By the girl, the man escaped the nightmare and arrived into a dreamlike land. There, every animal shared the language with humans. Things that weren't were, and things that shouldn't be weren't. There was the land of dreams. Wonderland. The world for you. You should live with us in peace. Forever and ever, mister.
Ah.
Now you think of love, after forgetting all of it for so very long? You had been spending your every waking moment thinking of your first love, yet never putting it into words. And yet, you embraced another and whispered fake love, his eyes so similar, the perfect distraction from the choking loneliness and hollowness of it all. The glittering night sky, the laughing stars, the love crossing social barriers. But the little girl forgot about dreaming, became an adult, and married a man more appropriate for her station.
Because this is going back to Lewis Carroll's perspective.
As if in an attempt to abandon the memories of the past.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're playing as Carroll instead of Grimm. People are saying you're still Grimm, but I'm honestly not sure if they're saying that because they're trying to screw around or not. I've seen both happening.
All the letters spelling out the feelings for the little girl and presents became fuel for the flames. And the time goes on. Your life turned out to be astonishingly unastonishing. Now just an old woman lost in thought while peering into the night sky. Your son watching you in worry. Mother, you ought to moderate your observations. The night wind is bad for your body. I brewed some black tea. Do drink it. Thank you.
I almost feel like that would be some kind of joke right there. It's like, eh, black tea, black souls, yeah. But honestly, no, it's probably nothing. It's British, so it makes sense.
Of course. But for now, I'd like to remain alone. The stars are awfully beautiful tonight, you see? Hargreaves was enthralled by the stars. The selfish god crawled closer.
What?
The world changes, and the fantastic tales which are meant to be over were about to begin once more.
I feel like something's going on. Because it almost feels like it's
Here we see Big
something
Sis
else.
Corpse Dragon, Jabberwock,
What?
Zulwee Mama. Man, these last few covenants are expensive. And that's the last
How much?
dead end. All that.
How much did that cost?
Man, these
35,000. I didn't realize it was that expensive to do Simon, because I've seen the other prices. They were not.
last few covenants are expensive. And that's the last dead end. All that's left now is the room next to Pricket, where someone who wanted to see us awaits. Where we
I think this is probably a good point to cut this one here. Because whatever is about to happen is probably where it goes from, okay, we're seeing the story. It's like there's a little mystery, but nothing horrible has happened. Except for all of the horrible things. But I think we should just leave it there. Yeah. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. That's all fine. Nothing bad at all. Yeah. Basically, I'm saying, if you guys haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. It's good, but it's really fucked up, man. That is probably an understatement, actually, now that I think about it. So just check it out, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.